Hello ladies and gents, I am Tiffin, and welcome back to From the Depths, Ashes of the Empire Community Edition. In this episode we do actually have a new submission to be added into our combat forces. It is one which I was meaning to add in earlier, actually quite a while earlier, but I actually lost the blueprint. So I have asked Leon to resubmit it for me. It is a rather interesting design. It is a warp flyer, so I'm going to adjust the sound in post because this is obviously really annoying, or it can be. And this thing is ridiculously fast, and it is utilising just warp for motion. Although it looks like these thrusters are not actually doing anything. All they're doing is they're essentially acting as a PID system. The pure propulsion is done by rapidly activating warp cores. A really interesting design. It is a little bit over volume, so I'm going to sort that out now. So I have made a few adjustments to it. The majority of the blocks were already slopes, so I've actually just made a couple more changes, and I spawned it too low so it rammed into the ground. Let's try it again from the sky, and we'll actually utilise it in combat. The crazy thing is, because it is constantly warping, it is actually really hard for targets to actually shoot at it. So we'll have some Steel Empire, something like the Brush Cutter, fire at it, and just be able to see just how insane it is at avoiding fire, but also how quick it is actually traversing. So it's coming over at long range, and it fires its spread of lasers, and basically instantly avoids all the shots. See, the Brush Cutter is firing towards it, but every shot is completely missing. It's in fact aiming over there when the target's over there. It's such an erratic movement. Lasers actually have difficulty shooting at it, which is kind of impressive. So let's get the Leopold out. So look, because of its constant warping, lasers even have difficulty aiming at it because it's aiming at where the craft was and not where it is, just because of the refresh time of the actual detection systems. And this is with 90.99% detection. If I revert this back to normal detection, this just doesn't have a chance. So I reverted detection back to normal. And look, as you can see, every now and then a couple of shots get hit. Basically, when it turns round to fire its own laser systems at its target. But this is a laser craft, something which you would expect to be really rather effective at taking down something like a warper. But there we go. A very interesting design, and essentially pretty much invincible. And a couple of them have been able to take down much larger craft. When I first played around with it, I think it was actually two of them. I think took down a Singularity, which was rather impressive, I must say. So we'll be adding this into the rest of our force momentarily. One thing I did forget is that a load of our forces are being attacked. So laser, Aeonoid. So a couple of things I need to do. I need to actually make these flagships and sub-spawners like I didn't do previously. So let's do that. Find where Chacharodon hides all the components. There it is. Oh, well, we can't do it. Prepare for battle. Add this force in. Remove the Comnet. And so what do we have? Oh, it looks like we might actually end up taking on the HQ. So that is interesting. We might take on the HQ with this small force just because of how it's all lined up. But there we go. That is actually okay. The burners line up there, the blitzers. We might lose everything, to be perfectly honest, but that's fine. Losing things in battle is good. Shows that they've done their job. Yeah, it looks like the base might spawn in this battle. It's okay if it does. So, we We are outnumbered and block count by the enemy, but looks like the enemy have... yes. Oh, I just realised what I've done again. I've done a flanking position against the Onyx Watch, maximising their damage potential. No, you do a focused spike against the Onyx Watch, reducing how many guns they can fire at once. I will always forget this, you know, flanking people is good, not against the Onyx Watch in Ashes. Actually, probably in Nita as well. And they have a lot of broadside cannons there as well. No matter. Let's see how much of a mess I've made. And straight away, the Onyx Watch go flying and fire all their shells in quite a big bombardment towards the aeroplanes, which are beginning to move, so the crams completely miss the targets, which is rather awesome. A little more do fire at the Predator though, and it does take a little bit of damage, though mostly on the front bulldozer. And then a lot of crams are firing towards the Alienoid, which is, with its rapid forward and reverse movement, is actually getting a lot of hits missed on it. But we're now watching the ramming vehicles. And it does take a bounce, and I'm hoping that it hits something else. So I'm trying to focus on it, and it's now reversing everywhere, but it's just not hitting the targets, which is quite irritating. One of the other designs in these doesn't actually ram, but it is ones with the guns rather than the actual one with the rams on it. So yeah, and the other one goes in for the ramming attack and misses, which is again quite annoying. They're doing fine, but it is very annoying that the rammers are missing their ramming attacks, whereas the ones with the lasers and the Gatling guns are hitting their targets well on, which is just amusing, I find. Still, the Onyx Watch are firing their crams all over the place, and just not getting that many hits, which is quite nice. The bomber does launch his bombs, but they go underneath the Onyx Watch craft as one of our vehicles do despawn. I think that was one of the 80mm Gatling ones of the noodle tanks. I know they're not called the noodle tanks, but I like calling them the noodle tanks. Some odd interactions with missiles on the ground there, and the nice bombing run just falls a bit far from its next target, which is a bit of a shame, so I would have quite liked that bombing run to have hit the target and caused a lot of damage. Some more of our other vehicles doing a lot of ramming and doing more damage than the actual cannons in some cases. And so I decided to help out a little bit and do some capturing, because this battle's been going on quite some time, and really just want to try and get it over and done with, really. We've seen the vehicles fight, I just want to finish it up rather quickly, though I get killed in the process. And so by the time I land, the Onyx Watch are too damaged and about to despawn. Right, so I managed to capture the Sentinel. We did lose one of the blitzers, but everything else actually did really rather well. So repair everything up and get ready for more combat. Move over to here. I was working on the packing heat, wasn't I? Yes. We'd send these repair over, because I haven't really got enough repair for the Manticore Force. So I would like to see those in combat again.
Yes, on my way.
In fact, I might want to try and get them both going against the Treadstone. What have we got? Oh, the radar balloon is... yep, this one. I don't think I've shown one of these insanity lasers for a while, so it doesn't really change much, but we'll showcase this one off. So yes, it's all the lasers do fire. Again, nothing has changed, though the smoke has made it so that my forces probably aren't as good anymore, because those simple lasers are affected by their own smoke. Still, a good barrage of beams firing at the first couple of targets, and the concern is always, will the lightning hoods flank me enough? Because if they do flank me fully, all the turrets still fire and end up killing each other instantaneously, which is amusing. And these designs are doing these towers are doing very well, considering they are still at 90 degrees to the front. So they've got the nice heavy armor at the front, but the front is pointing north, whereas the enemy are coming from the east. But no matter, they still kill everything. And there we go, another simple defeat of the lightning hoods there. That's an awesome force. Move the satellite up. Want to observe what is over in this corner. So we'll send the Manticore up to there. I think the shield burst is actually oversized, which is why it doesn't work. And we've got this force in combat again. I'm actually really rather impressed how well this force is taking on the Onyx Watch. I think everything likes to fire at the Alienoid. And the Alienoid is just really good at dodging crams. Like, ridiculously so. Fortunately, we have a couple of big boys, and they could make a real mess of us. We've got a few... Hang on, is that Hang on, am I facing 3 rhinos? I am. 3 rhinos and supporting craft. Well, this is the home base's defense force, I think, so this could be interesting. Could be very messy as well. Well, let's go. Yeah, messy is an understatement. Look at that massive barrage of APS weaponry, and that is the real danger, because the cram cannons, as we've seen before, just are not hitting the targets, particularly as they're aiming at the flyers. Those APS, though, several have already hit the bomber here, and a few more have struck it and making it stand in the middle in the air. And it is getting heat shells passed through it. I actually wasn't aware the Onyx Watch were using heat. I know a lot of the designs in Ash of the Empire don't conform to the same standards as the Nita factions, but I thought the Onyx Watch was still using essentially a lot of HE. And a nasty hit there caused all the shells in the Alienoid to detonate outwards. And again, it was the crams were missing, but those APS just completely vented it utterly. And again, crams going in all directions, trying to aim at the flyers, and they're just not scoring any hits. Aside, oh, actually maybe we should do some capture, but like, no. I'll let the forces, we're doing badly in this fight. I actually consider at this point we might lose, and it would be nice to lose. Just because it means we can have a bit of a mix-up with the forces. We've seen quite a few of these forces already in play, and so just mixing it up a little bit, having some casualties and just watching an actual defeat occur rather than us completely steamrolling the enemy, which has occurred a lot in this Let's Play, much towards the end of this campaign. Once the forces got over around about 16 or so units, a lot of the battles were really just us steamrolling through, completely obliterating everything. Some battles took a while, but generally there wasn't really any threat. Here, we are outnumbered, outgunned, and another one of our planes just got hit with a cram, so it's not doing very well. We're doing quite poorly. And, yep, our plane now disintegrates into confetti, showering blocks down onto 2 of the other designs, also very heavily damaged. The grain train there has lost its gun, and so it's trying to maneuver around, but it's just getting bombarded slowly but surely by all the rhinos, because the rhinos have lots and lots of guns, and so although they're mainly focusing against priority targets, if they can't find a priority target, they will fire at a nearby one, much like it fired at the bomber there. It was firing its main guns at something else, and one of its side guns decided, actually, I can destroy this bomber that shoots, and just did a mess. And that seems to be the case with quite a few of the designs. So I'm just going around trying to repair things up, and essentially just trying to do a bit of damage control, but as you can see by the block counts, well, the volume counts at the top there, that we are beyond saving at this point. We are down to really only a couple, well, 3 functional designs: the Alienoid, a tank destroyer, and there is a helicopter as well, which is actually grounded. So I go over and, okay, the Thunder's getting destroyed, the Predator's getting destroyed, well, the Thunder is now destroyed. So that isn't doing too well, and yep, the Predator's just lost its main gun and its side gun. I think it's only got 1 simple autocannon left, though no, it has actually been destroyed. So again, I move on to have a look at the next target, which is the helicopter, which is currently grounded. It is firing its weapons, but not doing especially well. So I jump over to it, just try and repair it up. I now observe to see what happens if trying to end it, and we'll lose everything, which is annoying. But at this rate, we're going to be losing everything anyway. The helicopter just took a hit to the front and lost its main gun. But at this point, I decided to abandon. So, we, in the end, surrendered that battle because, well, the 8th Army were completely annihilating us. And they did really annihilate us. The only two signs which I think I'm going to keep out of it were the two which did survive. The Illinoid and the Blixtham. I think I'll actually add these two in. And this force is essentially defeated. No. This force didn't actually spawn in. It's really annoying. I wanted to use them against the Onyx Watch. Okay, so this force is ready to fight. I would quite like the designs to actually be prepared up. Yep, I'm going to have to send this group against the HQ, I think. It's really annoying. I did want to see them fight a legitimate force rather than all of this, but never mind. Right, this combat couldn't be delayed any further. This should be quite an interesting fight. There are going to be a lot of casualties. There was a lot last time we faced against the Onyx Watch with this force. We're going to mainly go from the one flank. That will hopefully be a good assortment of death and destruction. Similarly, okay, I am going to allow casualties to begin to accrue. So I just wanted to see what sort of force I get left to take out the HQs, of which there is really only the one remaining. So having a little bit different size in the forces is just a little bit more interesting in my opinion. Though, we shall see. So Illinois is back and running. Shielbuster go over there as well. And Tank Destroyer was doing fine, so you'll do good. Well, this is a big battle. A lot of the enemies, though, are stuck underground, so although we're facing absolutely tons and tons of these bison, I'm not too concerned, because half the force is going to go flying into the sky as soon as I unpause it. Like now. Whee! And there go all the flying crams and a lot of flares up into the sky. Really rather cinematic with all those shots. And the massive bombardment firing... Oh, one of our planes actually got destroyed there. Oh, I must have spawned them too low. I probably spawned them in at a tank level, didn't I? Whoops. Sorry, little planes. Well, the crams missed, but of course my own spawning killed their forces. It does happen. Annoyingly a lot, actually. Still, we've got a good spread of our vehicles. I have done a bit of a wider front this time. I did try to focus it a little bit more, but with these tanks, they are very low and don't really fire well over each other. So I didn't want to group them up too closely together in case they decided to all clump up and shoot each other in the back. And their guns are pretty potent. If they're firing, particularly at the rear of each other, they will do horrific amounts of damage. But this is the other reason why you don't want to spread them out. Well, you don't want to spread them out, because if they are getting shot at, they just get bombarded by absolutely everything, and it is doing a lot of damage. I'm just taking cram hit after cram hit all over the place, and it is doing a ridiculous amount of damage. So just to speed things up, rather than letting this battle go on for ages, I'd say this one I'm actually going to go through and just do as much capturing as possible, which actually is really effective because the Onyx Watch, although being made of a lot of metal and heavy armour, the AI core is very easy to hit on most of the designs with the grenade launchers. So here I just run in, fire a couple of grenades, and the AI is destroyed and I have captured the vehicle. Though admittedly it despawns at the same time, but the point still stands. And this one I actually just jump in, get hit by my own thing, and fire one grenade and capture it instantaneously. This just indicates just how weak some of the AI can be in a design even if it is behind heavy armour. Admittedly, I am using an exploit with the grenade launcher firing past things, but something like HESH or heat can actually pass through blocks in a similar manner. Admittedly, HESH would be more effective at destroying the AI, but it is something when designing vehicles you need to consider. Right, so that battle was a little bit more interesting. Took a few casualties, lost one of the strike fighters. I am actually going to start permanently destroying the blueprints now. So it's a few designs lost there, which is a little bit of a shame. Did also manage to capture a fair number. That was mainly though just to speed everything up, but you know, still managed to capture them. Oh no, I accidentally split everything up. Oh dear. Well, we're going to quickly save before I make another mistake like that. Right, so they're all merged back together. I'm just going to try and get them all repaired before the combat begins. Oh, it's the Zudafani force which gets attacked first. Actually, might have to end the episode after this battle because it's going to get crazy. So this battle is going to be quite insane. There's a lot of mechs on all sides. Actually, what's the... Yikes, there's a lot of materials. Well, we'll see how it all goes. Yes, this is going to be the last battle for this episode. And it isn't going to be a huge, massive bombardment, but we have very large forces each of us, and it's a fairly consistent fire rate across the board. So this poor thing, I think it's the siege one, is just taking and absolutely beating it. Is getting hit by absolutely everything. All the Wrens firing, all their autocannons, all the lasers firing, all the missiles are firing it, everything is firing at it. Which I think is a bit of a weakness with the factions of the Twin Guard. I think they might, all the target prioritizations are set the same, so they all focus at the one target. In this case, the one target with lots and lots and lots of guns. And that is a bit of a weakness, because you want to ensure that your forces are firing a little bit of a spread. Because yes, it is good to focus fire and kill a target, but you are wasting a lot of damage. And also, if you're able to spread your damage out a bit, you might not kill targets very quickly, but an important factor in From the Depths is disabling targets. Just like our tank here, just rammed into this Twin Guard mech's gun. That has completely neutered that laser, and so that laser, if it does fire, it would be incredibly inaccurate, limiting its damage potential significantly. And that was just a very simple, just ramming into it. And being able to do this across the board, clipping barrels, destroying detection systems, and also just breaking propulsion systems or LAMS nodes, all of that will make a design considerably weaker. And if you, of course, if you're able to detonate something important, that is good as well. But just by destroying the peripheral components on designs, it's able to do significant damage and prevents it from doing more damage in the future. Because of that design, which we just showed, it wasn't firing. It looked fully functional, but it wasn't firing anything due to the damage it had sustained, had prevented it from being able to fire at anything. And so this design I'm going over to capture, although looks pretty okay, it's not firing, it is not combat effective. And with a couple of shots I'm able to capture it very easily, but it wasn't even firing, it wasn't a part of the battle. And so there's something which is a good thing to be able to do, and this design here, see, it looks fairly complete, it looks pretty robust, but it's just not firing. And there's something I've noticed a lot with the Twin Guard designs, that they're disabled very easily, but destroyed slowly. Also, that was a very successful little battle. Everything was destroyed, managed to capture a couple of designs. Mainly just to, you know, speed up the process, because it was taking an annoyingly long time, but the cleric and that were all defeated there nice and handily. Right, I'm just going to not do this battle though, because it's 10 bisons. It's ridiculous. Yeah, so there's a lot of bisons, and then also all the remaining forces from the other, so it's the two 8th armies. Yeah, I think the 8th armies are the ones which are defending the Treadstone there, and they're not very happy with how things are going. So I'm going to retreat that there, and I'll do that battle beginning of next episode, because it could last quite some time, and this recording's been going on a fair time as it is. However, that's going to be it for today's episode of From the Depths. So thank you very much for watching this episode of From the Depths with myself and a different, playing the community version of Ashes of the Empire. If you did enjoy the episode, please leave a like and or comment below, as it is always great to hear from you lot. Also, be sure to check out my Discord channel for more direct chatting and to take more of an integral part of my next LP, the Another Need to Play Through. But that's going to be it for now, and I shall see you next time. But until then, I'm out. Goodbye.